topic that we're talking about today, which is confidence. This is something that we all want more of, it seems, but we sometimes don't know exactly what confidence looks like. Well, we know what it looks like in others. We don't always know what it looks like in ourselves. So when my client and I were talking about how could she get just that little bit of edge, that little bit more confidence, we came up with 3 things, and I'm going to share them with you now. So the first is to revisit what you know for sure. Revisit what you know for sure. So often, what happens when we are experts in the work that we do is that we get really close to it. And the things that to others seem very complex and seem very out of reach, they're like breathing to us. They're super easy for us. And so we forget that we know them, that has value, that knowledge, that expertise has value. So when you're feeling that you need to boost your confidence a little bit, take a minute and revisit what it is that you already know. And in our case, with my client, we actually made a list, and just a bullet point list. What I know. What I know is what's going on in the business in this situation and that situation. What I know is that here are the people we have in place to do X and Y. What I know is, and we made a laundry list of the things that she already knows. And she looked at that list and said, I forgot that I know all these things, that I already have all these things that can build my confidence because I've been there. I've done the work. I've solved problems like this before. I've given major presentations before. So revisiting what you know is a good strategy to help boost your confidence a little further. The second strategy is to actually take an action. So often when we aren't feeling confident, when we don't feel like we're quite ready yet, we press the pause button. We say, I'll take care of that later. Or we procrastinate. Yes, anybody out there? I'm guilty. But the antidote to that fear, to that lack of confidence, is action, is moving forward, is actually doing something. So in her case, with not feeling very confident about this presentation to a bigger group of people, we thought, what is the action that she could take now that starts to diffuse that fear, that starts to help her also add to that list of what she knows? And we decided the strategy was to go and pick 3 or 4 people who she didn't know who were going to be in that audience and have a phone call with them and say to them, this is a new group for me. You're part of that group. We're going to be talking about and whatever the business topic that she was going to be talking about. And I would love to have some of your perspective on it. So the action she took was actually getting in front of people, and she did it on the phone, but getting in front of people around the topic where she was still trying to figure out how she was going to speak about it, about the issues, and even just about herself and who she was. And just by having that handful of conversations, maybe took her, 20 minutes each, maybe not even that long, she gained such confidence from starting to connect with the people that she was worried that might reject her, that she was able to start to think out loud about the content that she was going to be sharing, and more importantly, to get feedback live and safe one-on-one where someone said, well, I understand that point, but what about this thing over here? So she was able to do that with just a simple action. If she waited until she was confident and then just gave her speech, she would probably still be on a little bit of shaky ground. So taking an action, don't let the lack of confidence or the feeling that you're not confident talk you into not doing anything. Action is a great antidote to our fear. And the third thing we can do right now, if we want more confidence, whether we want a little bit or whether we want a lot of confidence, is to ask for help. There's a lot of people around us that can help. There's somebody, I bet, in your immediate circle who's done the thing that you need to do, or maybe something similar. There's help that can be had from people who are totally outside of our situation. Maybe there's a friend or a family member who you just want to bounce off the idea and what's happening, just to make sure that you're not sitting in the circle where there's a word for it, and I'm blacking out as to what the word is, but it's where you're so close to it. Oh, the curse of knowledge. Thank you. Ding. The curse of knowledge, where you're so close to that thing you're working on or what you're doing. Sometimes an outside perspective is helpful. And of course, if you don't already have a good coach or mentor in your life, getting one is a great asset to being able to build your confidence and build your career. And I don't just say that because I am one, and I love working with successful professionals like you and like my client who had this situation. But a coach can help you look at things from a different perspective, can help you challenge your ideas, can help you mirror back what it is that I do know and why I am perfectly justified to be confident in the first place. That's my job for the people that I coach. Your coach, your mentor may have the same kind of job. So ask for help. Find somebody to talk to. Don't just sit and stew on your own about, oh, I'm just worried about this piece, or I don't feel confident. And, let me tell you from my experience, and especially if you're a successful professional and at a certain level in your career, sometimes we think it's embarrassing to say that we're not feeling confident because we think that everybody else is looking at us and saying, oh, she's got her stuff together. I think people appreciate it when you're honest and when you say, you know what? This is a new gig for me. This is a new audience for me. This is a new experience for me. So I'm going to make some mistakes along the way. So with those 3 strategies, did my client get 27% more confidence? Well, a little hard to measure, but let me tell you, she rocked the presentation. And success breeds success, and I think she felt 100% more confident. How about you? Are there one of these strategies that you could take to grow your confidence? Whether you need to grow it 5%, 10%, 100%, maybe just a shot glass full, 27%. Ask for help. Take the action. And know what you already know. Write those things down. They are all great assets to building your confidence. And when you're feeling confident, that's when you put your red cape on and you soar in your career. So if you liked what we talked about today, please share it with a friend. It would be great to share some of these ideas with more people that would like to build their confidence, build their career, and take control to have that red cape career that they want. I'm Darcy Eichenberg. Thank you so much for being here, and have a great rest of the week.